So I don't know about you, but with all of these days of our being at home and in this unusual time, I have been trying to really get into a sense of routine to give some structure to my day, and really our whole family has been trying to give some regular happenings so that it doesn't just all blur together. And so we have created some family fun time together. Well, I guess fun depends on the day that you ask us. Some days we're better at the fun than others, but this is what we do. Every weekday morning, we do a family run in our neighborhood at 8:15 in the morning. We have these rules. It has to be at least 1 kilometer and have at minimum one hill. Kids, they take turns being the leader and figuring out the path we're going to follow. And most days, at least one of us complains. Now, once in a while, there's a rare morning where we all enjoy it, and I feel like we've won the marathon. But we know it's good for us, and so we keep doing it. And as the weather gets nicer, it's been quite lovely. The other thing that we have developed as a ritual is at night, once everyone is in their pajamas, we all four of us sit on the couch and watch one episode of The Simpsons. Now, there are now 30 seasons of The Simpsons streaming on Disney Plus, and we feel like this can keep us entertained for a very long pandemic season. To our delight, well, really, I should say to Greg's delight, our kids are spouting off a constant refrain of quotes from The Simpsons. And when we got to this time of the Jewish year, we knew we could give them a great laugh by putting on our refrigerator a calendar for the counting of the Homer. Every day between Pesach and Shavuot, there is a tiny little Homer Simpson waving at us and reminding us to count the Omer. According to the Kabbalist, each of the 49 days between Passover and Shavuot has a unique and powerful spiritual character. And the passage through these days between one holiday and the next is sort of a journey unto itself. It's discussed actually in this week's parasha, Emor, as it goes through all of the holidays of the Jewish year and talks specifically about this period of the counting. We have left Egypt, but we have not yet arrived at Sinai. So these days between are the counted days on our journey. There's a theory that has been actually taught by an author named William Bridges that transitions happen in 3 stages: ending, the neutral zone, and the beginning. In order to effectively weather any important transition in our lives, whether in relationships, transition in or out of a major professional or academic endeavor, in geography, we cannot move forward until we have let go of who we have been and what has been in the past. And then there is this liminal space when we are no longer who we have been, but not yet who we will be next. Only after spending some time in that neutral zone will the beginning of our new selves, our new way of being in the world, emerge. Pesach is a huge ending. We've left Egypt, we left behind a life of slavery and crossed through the Red Sea into freedom. And Shavuot is very much a new beginning. It is a life in covenant, a life guided not by the demands of taskmasters, but Torah and the divine imperative. But these 49 days between this time of the Omer, that is the neutral zone. According to Bridges, people in this intermediate space are often confused, uncertain, and impatient. There may be feelings of anxiety, skepticism, or low morale. The past has been let go of, but the path to the future is not yet manifest. Right now, we are all in that in-between zone. Even as our province announces a new phase, the beginning of something new, we know it will not be like the world we left behind in March. It is, we pray, progress from where we have been, but the truth is we really don't know what the future will look like. I recognize that can be very scary. It's not comfortable. And yet, the neutral zone, this middle time, is a time of rich spiritual power, a time of creativity, a time when people can try out new ways of thinking and being in the world. It can be liberating to not be constrained by old ideas about who we are, what our lives are supposed to be like. Yeah, it can be terrifying, but also exhilarating. The neutral zone is a time of quietness, seeking out silence in order to allow ourselves to find who we might become. It is a time of wilderness, of desert, midbar, a time to explore that expanse between the Red Sea and Sinai. The wilderness is a difficult place. It feels like there is no end, no limit to it. We feel exposed and vulnerable. I think it's no coincidence that everything important in the Tanakh and the Hebrew Bible, prophecies, kingships, Torah, came out in the wilderness. The wilderness pushes us to confront reality. What do I want? How hungry am I? What will satisfy me? This period of in-between, this time of the Omer, is much like life. It is a balance of the bitter and the sweet, the tears and the laughter, the time of knowing and the time to be just be in the unknown. As Rabbi Herbert Braunstein teaches, when we remember to count the days, to take them seriously, to take note of the infinite value of each day, and to make each day a receptacle of offering and praise to God, to make them count for good, we neither have to worry about the passing of our days, nor any longer discount them, because each one of them is a seed of eternity, each day a flowering promise of immortality, bearing the sweetest fruit for our hungry spirits, each day a blessing from God. Shabbat Shalom.